People will let you believe that they are not what they are. And once you attach to them and start loving them, they will absolutely leave you. People are fake, and I actually understood this, or I'm in the process of understanding this today. It's hard. It's really hard. Because people will become your friend, or they will, tell you that they like you, but in reality, you never know what you can trust or what you cannot trust, because they will always, in the end, betray you. Most people are fake as fuck, and most people are inauthentic as fuck, and I am so tired of trying to see the positive sides or the good sides, or trying to excuse other people's fakeness, because this is what they feed on. Fake people will come into your lives and they will pretend to be someone else, and they will put on this facade and speak, from inauthenticity, or like a desire to want to be, better than you, or feel better than you, or have like an ego boost if they feel crap about themselves, or like, self-esteem boost. And they will take all your, trust and empathy and understanding, and they will use it as an excuse to just feed on it, or not even an excuse, just they're gonna just feed on it. They're gonna just feed on your purity and your emotions and your connection to yourself, because they themselves have fucking none. And oh my god, I'm so angry right now, because it feels like the world is just getting more and more fake and more superficial, and people have no idea even that they don't know themselves, and they can look you in the eye and tell you that they know themselves, and 5 minutes later, or 5 minutes later actually would be great if that happened. If the 5 minutes later they were like, oh no, I was wrong, I don't know myself, that would be quite a lot of self-awareness actually for that, now that I think about it. But let's say people who let it drag on, people who let you believe, and especially men, men who let you believe that they're your friend, that they like you, that they're enjoying your company, that they're just, here with you, sitting, enjoying, they're like on board with everything you want to do, or most of what you want to do, and then they let you believe that they feel connected to you by just, going with the flow with you. But in reality, what they're doing is just observing you from their sneaky little shelf of inauthenticity hidden behind their glass walls and fucking metal concrete walls, observing what kind of person you are, so later, without like involving themselves, while faking this attachment, faking enjoyment, faking these positive emotions that they're experiencing with you, which they're actually not. And then later they just go like, after you have already attached to them and felt some form of togetherness with them, they just go like, oh, sorry, I don't feel like our energies are fucking compatible, and I'm like, fuck. And I used to do that too with people, until I realized like what an asshole I'm being, that I am not offering the truth, that I don't even know my truth. It's like what a disservice I'm doing to other people by not knowing myself, by not knowing what I like and what I don't like, and just codependently going with whatever they want and wanting to please them and wanting to like entertain them or whatever. Like how like toxic is that? It's like both sides, right? You would only think that only the, let's say, overt extrovert narcissist is like the worst type, but honestly, like the hidden narcissist, the person who just follows without like any say so, and deep down they're actually not in alignment with what you're doing and what they're doing, and they're just there to like observe you and be like this spy play a spy pretty much for themselves to figure out who you are, only afterwards present the truth after you as a person has already like attached to them. That's just so nefarious, and that's just so fucked, And I feel disappointed. I feel disappointed in the world because we are just, authenticity is dying, and I want to bring it back. Shit. Authenticity is dying, and all of this media, this, fucking shallow Bumble, Tinder relationships, they're like, it's killing us. We don't know how to be real. We don't know who we are because all we do is just, follow and consume and are, well, I guess let's blame a lot of other things for that, but societal structures that, condition us to never even know who we are. And like, we never get into these uncomfortable situations that actually, force us to face who we are. And least of all, are we fucking authentic and honest and open with people. And we feel like it's okay, right? We feel like it's okay to just meet a person and, hide like half of yourself. That's like has been normalized, and just hide and, like kind of dip your toes or whatever. And it's just so, it's sad. And especially men are so fucking famous for doing this and misleading and just going, like, hey, I can be anything you want, and like, oh yeah, I'm enjoying you so much, and like, and they just take it and and they don't understand, right? They don't understand that you as a woman, you attach to them, and that you as a woman, your energy, your attention, your focus, like you are already there for them. To them, it doesn't even matter. To them, they're so disconnected from their emotions that they cannot see yours, right? And that you are experiencing emotions as you are talking with them, because they are from their own disconnected world approaching this with pretty much deadness and shallowness and, emptiness. So of course they cannot comprehend when they tell a woman next day after having a good day with her that, oh, sorry, I don't want to see you anymore. They say that, and a woman loses her, nuts or ovaries. So of course they cannot comprehend that, because it's such a fundamental difference in approaches. And I have experienced this like literally a few days ago with this guy with whom we had a great time, and he led me to believe that, oh, he's enjoying it and everything is fine, and it's like he's on board and he's like, it's all great, and the next day he's just like, oh, sorry, our energies are incompatible. I feel like we're not the best people, I was just snuggling you because I felt like I want to nurture you, but I didn't feel any deep connection. And I was like, what? Like, what kind of psychopathy is that? That's like no different than Ted Bundy, just minimized on an emotional level. It's just like, it's such a backstab. And honestly, people and men, I'm a woman, so men on my side, they just take this. They take your vulnerability, they take your attention and effort, and they have no idea how to value it. And I wonder where that comes from. Probably like them not knowing themselves or valuing themselves enough, but I don't know, or just not understanding or recognizing other person's reality, or recognizing feelings, And then here I am on the other end, like every time after every meeting with all these men trying to, go date or meet new people, it's an emotional fucking, drainage on just self-esteem and like everything. When people just don't know, they don't know what real even is. They don't know, emotions exist, right? There's emotions that are happening. Like, we can just do things together. Like, I can speak up, there's boundaries, all these things, you know. It's like it doesn't exist in most people's minds, and it blows my mind. And it really is such a disappointing reality of this world. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. So I guess authenticity and real shit is something that I am committed to personally, because I am so tired of this fakeness, of this double-sided, you know, things are not what they appear. Like online and media, social media, of course, did help us get there, you know, a lot, like mostly probably. We're just like, we walk around like with these fucking masks, and why? Someone's gonna fucking see us, I don't know, see something vulnerable about us? Is it honestly worth it? Like living a life, like a subdued, shallow life, just for the sake of some fucking, fuck knows, likes? Or, you know, someone perceiving you as a, you know, successful and happy person? Like, is it worth living a life of fakery for the sake of someone else's good perception of you? And I ask that question myself right now, I guess. No. There is so much depth and beauty, I guess, to this world, and experience, not only whatever, you know, mental running or mental perception or perception of the world from the mental standpoint, that like all of us, okay, not all, most of us are just stuck in, of just this, you know, robotic, reactive, rushy, next fucking thing, next person. It's like swipe, right? It's like, and even like in real life now, you feel like people are just swiping through you. See, it's like with this guy that I met, it's like, he didn't even bother showing himself. He's just like, oh, I'm just gonna look at your profile. I'm just gonna, you know, observe you from a distance throughout this meeting, and then I'm gonna make my conclusion. It doesn't matter that I'm a real person sitting next to him here, that I have feelings, that I have reactions. It's like, no, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, hide behind my shit and not open up, right? And just try to please you for whatever reason. And it's like these people who's who live pretty much through temporary experiences. They don't want anything stable. They don't want anything static. What they want is just like a one-time good experience, and then they're ready to swipe on to the next one. It's like we're forgetting what real even is. You know, what real emotions are. What vulnerability is. What does it mean to feel? You know, what does it mean to actually take in the energy of the person who's in front of you and whom you meet? And that's like the pain for me, is that I meet these people, right? And I offer my presence and grounded presence and energy, and I take them in, you know, and I take in their energy, right? And it's like, and on their side is just like a isolated bubble, like a narcissist bubble, like just a different reality bubble, and they cannot take anything in, and all they can do is just see some version of you, right? Find something that triggers them, and then try to change you to try and feel good about themselves so they don't have to deal with your reality, or something that in you makes them uncomfortable. And then they make it about you, and then, you know, bam, 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 it's all your fault all of a sudden. Which is ridiculous. And this is where I'm split, like, so hard, because on one side, like, I want to offer these things, right, to people. I want to offer consideration, and I want to offer presence, and I want to offer listening, right, and the groundedness, and actually take in the person. But on the other hand, it's like every time, right, every time you just end up cut. You just end up fucking stabbed in the back by these people, you know, consciously or unconsciously, because they just don't know what the fuck they're doing and why they're saying the things they're saying, why they're trying to figure you out, You know, it's not because they're actually curious, it's because they're trying to feel good about themselves. And you can sense it that, okay, they're kind of using you to try and feel good about themselves by trying to fix something about you. And that it's not really about you. Like, they don't see you as a person, you know? And yeah, and so it's like, it's so unsustainable for an empath, right? It's unsustainable to just continue meeting with people and just staying this open and staying this, let's say, innocent in a way, like providing that innocence or like goodwill, right? When people just fucking take advantage of it without even knowing it. And on the other hand, you know, it's like, I don't want to be the closed off person. I don't want to be the other, like, I don't want to be someone who perpetuates the same thing. It's like, and it hurts to be closed off as well. It's like, it hurts to be open and it hurts to be closed off. Like, there's no fucking way to win. There's no fucking way to win with someone who's energetically at war with you, right? Who's energetically is just gonna try and feel good at the expense of you. At the expense of you. And they're gonna pick, I had this one guy who just like picked the fact that I had chronic pain, right? And he spent this whole time trying to fix my chronic pain. And I'm like, why is that such a focus? Like, I feel like there's more of a problem to you than it is to me right now that I have chronic pain, you know? And it made him so insecure. And he spent all this time trying to tell me and insinuate and assume what's best for me, so, you know, my life could fit his version of happiness. And I was like, and I felt so drained after. He didn't see anything else. He just saw that one fact that, okay, I had chronic pain, so I'm in pain. And, you know, then it means that I'm not happy according to his standards. So to make me happy, he has to just spend all this time, you know, trying to help me or save me or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, just see me as a person. Jesus Christ, that's not all there is, you know? Yeah. And I don't even like, and assuming, you know, and telling me stuff about my life and my chronic pain, instead of just having a conversation back and forth, an exchange of energy, you're just like projecting all this shit on me. It's just people who have no space or bravery, maybe, you know, to figure out who they are and to connect with themselves and pause in their life and think about, like, why am I living the way I'm living, you know? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? To even arrive to some level of, you know, grounded assuredness within themselves. And not even that. I mean, this is a part of it, but the other part is like to be able to do that with another person, to approach another person with respect, consideration, and space for them to be how they are and take in what they're telling you, right? We're just staying in our glass fucking bubbles, more like boxes, and never actually taking in or feeling or giving energy to anyone else, most of us. And for those of us who are empaths, and so I know some of you will know what I mean, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute fucking nightmare. Oh my God. You're just kind of walking through life, you know, trying to find those few who can do this. And once you do, it's so precious. It's honestly is so precious. And kind of just hurting all in between if you're choosing to stay open, you know, and authentic, because everyone else is just triggered by your authenticity or your openness and get insecure about, like, how come you're so authentic and they can't be? How come you know yourself and they don't? And then once again, they make you the problem. You know, it's like, as long as there's one person is in this glass bubble or box, you can't do anything and they will find something to fucking not like about you. So yeah, that is my rant. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something that resonates with you or reflects something to you, and I'm actually very happy that we are getting to 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone who's listening and watching, and I am very proud, actually, and I will see you in the next video. Stay unique. Bye bye.